A grumpy and disheveled prophet of God entered the chat yesterday. Yesterday, we heard from John the Baptist. John delivered his message slash warning slash promise plainly and bluntly and closed with the following Luke 3:9. The axe is already at the root of the trees, and every tree that does not produce good fruit will be cut down and thrown into the fire. Today, we look at John's reply when the people who came to see him ask him the obvious next question. Luke verse 3:10 through 14 says, "What should we do then?" the crowd asked. John answered, "Anyone who has two shirts should share with the one who has none, and anyone who has food should do the same." Even tax collectors came to be baptized. "Teacher," they asked, "what should we do?" "Don't collect any more than you are required to," he told them. Then some soldiers asked him, "What should we do?" He replied, "Don't extort money and don't accuse people falsely. Be content with your pay." So this is what John believes good fruit looks like. It does not look like going shirtless, but instead sharing an extra shirt if you have one. It does not mean going hungry. It means supplying food if you have extra, which sounds an awful lot like telling people to be charitable. But this first bit was simply general advice to the general crowd. John also had advice for two particular user personas, tax collectors and soldiers. Tax collectors, do your job, but don't be greedy about it. Soldiers, do not exploit your power for your own gain. Instead, exercise contentment. Appreciate what you have. Do not covet what you do not have. And if you accuse someone, please be sure it is a valid accusation. A world that has taxes, war, hunger, accusations, and bare torsos is not a world where good fruit is necessarily impossible. That's good news, right? Consider that John's idea of good fruit does not mean punishing ourselves or others. And we can yield good fruit even if we have a not particularly holy job. Good fruit is not just for good people like ministers. Good fruit can also come from reprobates like tax collectors and soldiers. So maybe I have a shot after all.